Hi, my name is Mike from The Automotive Approach. Today we're going to be showing you a quick video on how to replace your tailgate switch on your BMW E91. Before we start, it's worth making sure that it's your tailgate switch that is broken and not your tailgate lock. These can sometimes fail, the little micro switches. So if you're driving and you get a warning on the dashboard saying that the boot is open, or that your lights flicker in the boot occasionally, or that they're always on even when the boot is shut, it's probably this that is broken. If the boot thinks that it's open, you won't be able to open your tailgate glass. So tools we're going to need for this job: plastic trim remover, a pick, small Allen key, doesn't really matter what size, 24mm socket, 13mm socket and a 10mm socket. So first off, we need to get your wiper arm off before we get the tailgate glass open. Simply remove that plastic piece there, 13mm socket, and undo. Do mind the glass obviously when you're working. The tools near it, simply thread that off. There's a small washer behind it. Nice and easy. Next, just lift the arm up, wiggle it gently. You may want a little bit of penetrating fluid on this. And off it comes. Next, grab your 24mm socket. Put it onto this larger nut just here. There we go. And slowly back that off. Now we've got the switch free from the outside, we'll get the tailgate glass open. So with the tailgate open, grab your plastic trim removal piece. Just start to edge this out from along the bottom. Once you get your hands in, bit of force just to pull it down and work the plastic clips like that. And it should just hang down like that. Next, remove foam here. Now normally you'll have a little square cut out here. We've obviously removed a little bit more so we can show you in the video where we need to get to. Okay, so a close-up of inside. You can see this little one here. What you want to do is feel just where my Allen key is now. This is just a little 3mm Allen key. There's a little hole. If you push it in there and then push towards that way of the car, you should feel a little pop. And there it is, open. Now we've got the tailgate open. Pop these two plastic covers off here with your small pick. Careful not to damage the plastic. Once you've exposed these, get your 10mm socket. And just gently undo them. This will now expose the rear of the mechanism here. So what we need to do is we need to take off the locking mechanism to be able to get the switch sort of off. So 10mm just on here. And if we just undo this. Gently just pull that off there. See the wiper arm spindle. Disconnect the cable, like that. And then off it comes. Nice and easy to replace. These are about 20 quid off eBay, nice and cheap. Make sure you do get a new one. So putting a new switch on is just a reverse of all the previous processes. One thing you want to make sure of is when you put the new switch on, obviously pull the cable through. And you'll feel where it wants to naturally sit. The cable must sit in this little notch out at the bottom here. Once that's done, reconnect there, nice and easy. Next step is to put your wiper arm spindle back on. So holding this from behind, push it through like that, line it up there, get your 10mm nut, lightly thread it on there, like that. Don't go nuts. One thing worth checking whilst you're here is that this little sort of rod here does have spring action on it. If it's seized, it may be worth replacing this. This is what makes your wiper arm move. Once it's shut, it pulls into a little cutout bit here where the motor is, and that's what sort of helps. If this is stuck, it won't line up very well and you may lose your rear wiper motor working. Once you're happy that's all lined up, put the trim piece back on. So just try to get a nut back over the top, like so. These don't have to be crazy tight. It's only holding a bit of plastic trim in place, so it's not overly important. There you go, it's a bit fiddly to get your hands in there, especially if you've got sausage fingers like mine. There we go. That's it. And then pop these little covers back on. You can see they've got two little teeth just at the either side. And they go just horizontally like that. That's it, that's one on. And that's the other one. So now we've got inside all covered back up and the tailgate glass. Just lower the glass down gently and you should find it will sit in quite a nice bit. What we need to do now is just secure it from this side with the larger nut before we go ahead and test if it's working. So, on this goes again. Just go ahead and screw that on finger tight. And that's it. Again, be really careful working their glass with heavy metal tools. And just nip it down. Doesn't want to be too tight. There is a rubber seal around the bottom just here. You will see it squashed a little bit. As long as it's all nice and uniform, you'll have no problems there at all. So before putting the wiper arm back on and the trim pieces in the actual tailgate, it's worth testing now so you don't have to remove it all again. So gently close. Feel that's closed. Like a switch underneath. Nice and easy. So with the tailgate open and tailgate glass closed, you go ahead and put your phone back in. It should just slot back in nice and easily, like so. This is more for sound insulation more than anything. Once that's all like that, simply tap that back in. You should feel it click, and that's it. All back together inside. The reinstallation of the wiper arm, super easy. Simply place it back on, line it up where you need to be. You can sort of see with the arm up like there where it roughly wants to be. Washer on first. $13mm on top of that. Tighten it down. This one does want to be a little bit tighter. That's it. Make sure it doesn't move freely. And there we go. Plastic trim back on because there's two little locating tabs just there and on there. Simply line them up and push it back on. Nice and easy. It's worth checking now that your wiper arm does work. And there you have it. Super easy job to replace your tailgate switch on your BMW E91. If you liked what you saw today, please subscribe. We do post regular videos of all of our stock cars, as well as the occasional how-to video to save yourself a little bit of money.